To be a kid again, watching Zootopia and thinking you want to be a cop when you grow up. Or watching SpongeBob and thinking you want to be an anthropomorphic sponge who makes hamburgers made from crabs when you get older. But then the real world slaps you like Will Smith entering any room. Your guidance counselor says you're too slow to be a cop. Your teachers say you can't be a talking sponge, and then you run upstairs to tell your mom your dream job. But all you see is your dad's boss naked and the slamming of the door in your face. But now that you are an adult with a common job that you hate, what are some of the weirdest jobs that you didn't even think about as a kid? These are the 6 weirdest jobs in the world. Why 6? Because I'm lazy. That's why. At number 6, we have animal breeder. Yep, right out of the gate, we're going super freaky. But you may be asking, what does an animal breeder do? Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, I'm not. An animal breeder is exactly what it sounds like. You spend your college years getting a degree in veterinary studies and zoology, missing all the fun of being a frat bro and going into deep, insurmountable debt. All for the payoff of watching 2 old goats have sex. Oh dear God, not you two. These goats. Basically, it's Boogie Nights, but with animals, and it's your job to tell Simba where to put it. The circle of life, am I right, fellas? Number 5, Iceberg Tower. Ever watch those cheesy fake reality shows about the life of a tow truck driver? Well, this job is basically the same thing, except you are towing a massive iceberg the size of a building instead of a 1992 Ford Pinto owned by an underpaid schoolteacher. Every year, chunks of ice float off the coast of Greenland and make their way into import and shipping lanes throughout the North Atlantic. While we could try to do simple things like go around an iceberg or try to stop climate change, society has decided we need Butch here to come hitch up this chunk of ice and move it elsewhere. Towing one iceberg can take upwards of 10 days, and it can take a whole day just to reach a speed of 1 knot. All of this while living in sub-freezing conditions. And somewhere, Leo is just screaming, wait, you could have just towed the fucking iceberg this whole time instead of freezing my ass off next to a door? Don't worry, Leo. The relationship with Rose wouldn't have worked anyway. Eventually, she would have turned 25. Haha. Number 4, Professional Mermaid. Remember that weird Guillermo del Toro movie with the monsters? No, not that one. No, not that one either. Yes, there it is. The fish sex movie. No real relevance to talking about professional mermaids, but that shit was weird, right? But back to professional mermaids who go to aquariums or birthday parties with fake fins and tails on and sit around and get pruny for hours at minimum wage. What are the requirements for this glamorous and thankless position? You must be able to swim, duh, hold your breath, also duh, and be prepared to spend your whole day half naked. The last one is especially important, ladies. You don't want those 12-year-olds to go to a knockoff Red Lobster restaurant without being very sexually confused when they see a half-fish Instagram model swimming next to their seafood gumbo. But all jokes aside, this is a very dangerous job. This professional got her tail caught in a mall in South Africa and almost died in front of an Orange Julius stand. And after multiple issues of children drowning, YMCA centers in Australia banned all mermaid fins in their pools, which admittedly is somehow not the scariest thing to say when mentioning YMCA and children in the same sentence. Number 3, Snake Milker. Fuck that. I can already see the YouTube comments now. Moving right along, you sick freaks. Number 3, Chief Listening Officer. Now, I know this seems like a silly title for a job, especially because I've been calling my therapist this for years, against his wishes. But this is an actually high-paying job at most large corporations. Essentially, your job is to search social media all day looking for mentions of your company or one of their brands. You then write it down and tell your boss what the public perception is. That's it. Super simple. A real-world example will be Twitter. Elon buys Twitter, and after firing 90% of the staff illegally, he undoubtedly hires a chief listening officer. This person then reports back to the world's former richest man that the brand's perception is taking a hit due to Amplitude, a Jewish space laser conspiracies, and the Hitler Youth running ads below posts talking about last night's Nuggets game. This, of course, is just a hypothetical of what a chief listening officer would do at a company like Twitter. I would never claim this is what's happening on Twitter right now. Oh, look, a cloud. Number 2, professional cure. I'm not saying that word. I find it deeply... What? What's that, Jessica? Oh, professional curer. Like a queue you stand in line for. So, you stand in line for people on Black Friday in exchange for money. Jesus! Why didn't you just say professional line stander? I'm not from Collio, London. I almost just got us cancelled again. Right after I saved our image after the Sydney Sweeney debacle that I also got us in. What do you mean that's my fault because that's where my mind went? And the number 1 weirdest job, professional sleeper. Now, for some of these jobs, I could never see myself proudly listing it on my LinkedIn page. And I'm looking at you, animal breeder. But this job, chef's kiss, I will not lie. But as soon as I saw this was a job, I immediately went looking on Craigslist. But alas, this job only exists in 2 places on Earth. The first is a NASA research center in Houston, where they study people not moving for hours, days, and even weeks at a time. They perform these crucial studies to test the future of space travel, along with important information for medicine and science. Volunteers get paid upwards of $12,000 to sleep for 70 straight days. The second place is an upscale hotel in Finland. Yes, say what you will about the Finns, but they sure do know how to tempt this lazy American. And the 2-star Hotel Finn, you get paid to sleep on a different bed each night and give a grade. I'm unaware of what the criteria are, but I'm guessing they judge each mattress based on fluffiness, firmness, and how much human DNA is visible. Although at this point, it's not a hotel mattress, unless it's 90% cheating husbands and 5% actual mattress. As for that other 5%, you don't want to know. This professional sleeper gimmick was so popular, the company even started doing it in their Berlin location. And that's how you know it's great. Germans always do great work. Very efficient too. But above all, the German people would never do anything unethical. And they... Hold on, I'm getting a call from my rabbi and my father at the same time. Shabbat shalom, fellas. How are we Wait, how did you know I was talking about Germany? All I said is they would never do anything unethical. Wait, they did what? Oh, so that's what Grandpa kept trying to warn me about. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this video. And if you didn't, well, my self-esteem is very happy I wasted your time.